This video is very personal to me. It's my personal story, my experience I had with my ex-boyfriend. I wish I would watch this video 20 years ago. I wish someone would say to me things that I say in this video. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things, all the bad things. Hey Sheya, how are you? What? What's wrong? My boyfriend wants to have sex every day. Is that a problem? Yes, it is. Every day when he comes home from his job, he asks me, will be some jiggy jiggy tonight? And if I say no, he starts to complain. Okay. Sometimes I give up and I let him do the thing on top of me just to shut him up, even if I don't feel like it. Oh, darling, you shouldn't do that. But if I don't do it, he gets angry. You still shouldn't do it. Is there something wrong with me because I don't want to have sex every night? There is nothing wrong with you. We all have different drive sex. We all have different reasons why we want more or less sex. Do you even like to have sex? I used to enjoy sex, but now it feels like duty. I used to have a boyfriend who pressured me to have sex every day, and I couldn't take the pressure, so I left him. I can't leave him. I don't suggest you to leave him. I just want to say that you have to listen to yourself and have sex only when you truly want it. Did you ask him why he wants to have sex every night? Yes, I did. And what did he say? He said his friends have it every night, so he should have it too. And if I say I don't want to have sex with him, he thinks I don't love him enough. It's one thing to have sex for pleasure, and it's entirely different thing to have sex to prove your inner worth. What do you mean to prove your inner worth? Many times men or women use sex to prove their inner worth. You know, if your partner can tell his friends that he has sex with you every night, he proves himself to them. He proves his worthiness. He proves his manhood. Also, if you don't want to have sex with him, that means to him that he is not worthy of your attention. So he feels unworthy, and that drives him crazy. But that's not true. I love him. I know, it has nothing to do with you. He has a low self-esteem, so he needs proof of his worthiness from you and his friends. And if he doesn't get it, he tries to force it. Okay, what should I do? I can't just say to him, work on your self-esteem. Why not? He will go bananas. Yes, probably, because he will feel even more unworthy. And it's not your job to change him anyway. You only have control over your life decisions and your behavior. So, what should I do? You said earlier that you sometimes let him do the thing just to shut him up. Why? Why do you let him do that? Why don't you say no? Why don't you stand up for yourself? I don't know. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe I should try harder to find this sex drive. I don't want to make him upset. And I want to show him that he's sexy and that I love him. I tried to change myself and find this sex drive you're talking about for years. I forced myself into a sexual intercourse with my partner, and it got worse and worse. It didn't help. You can't force yourself into enjoying sex. You can't make yourself love it. Because I forced myself for so long, the result was that I started to hate it. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't even touch him anymore, and I couldn't bear to be touched. Okay, what should I do? You have to listen to yourself. You have to be honest with yourself and agree to have sex only when you feel you want it. What if he gets angry? What if he leaves me? Then so be it. I know you are afraid to talk about it. I know you are afraid to lose him. But what kind of partner forces you to do the things that you don't want to do? Is that true love? Is that a partner who truly loves you? I don't think so. So why should you be with that kind of man? Because I don't want to be alone. I'm afraid to be alone. And because of this fear, you are a prisoner of this relationship. This relationship is your prison. Because of this fear, you are willing to do the things you don't want to do. You have to free yourself. How do I do that? You have to lose that fear. Imagine the worst possible scenario that can happen to you if you insist on having sex only when you want it. Okay. He leaves me and I'm alone. How does that make you feel? I am terrified. Okay. Now sit with that fear and breathe. Feel it. Don't try to rationalize it. Don't try to suppress it or run from it. Just be there with that fear and breathe. It will run out. Every negative emotion eventually runs out. This is a letting go technique and you can use it whenever you feel negative emotions. Facing your fear like that and then letting it go will help you free yourself from it. Once you are free of this fear, you will be able to make better decisions in your relationship that are not based on fear, but they are based on who you truly are and what you truly want. Okay, now, how do you feel? A little bit better, calmer. Can you see now how forcing yourself into sexual intercourse is not good for you, even if it is with your partner? Yes, I can see that. And I'm not willing to do that anymore. But I'm afraid he will not be satisfied with that. I know. At this point, one of these two things can happen. One is that he will be ready to listen to you, and you two can start an open conversation about it. So you can tell him about unworthiness and self-esteem, the things we were talking about before. Or he will not be able to listen to you, and he will still try to manipulate you into having sex with him. In this case, I don't think he's a good match for you, but that is something you will have to decide on your own. Whew, okay, that is hard to hear. Yes, I know. But remember, sex and intimacy shouldn't be forced or manipulated. It should be enjoyable, pleasurable, and freewillingly. Yes. Okay. Okay, my dear friends, that was a hard video to write, at least for me, because it was so very personal. But I did it in hope, if there is a woman who is facing these challenges in her life right now, that maybe this video can help her recognize that she should be true to herself no matter what. Sex and intimacy shouldn't be manipulated or forced. It should be enjoyable, pleasurable, and freewillingly. I hope you found this video interesting and helpful. If you want to watch more videos like that about relationships, you can check it on my YouTube channel. If you are interested in a letting go technique I mentioned in this video, I suggest you read the book Letting Go by David Hawkins. I will leave the link to it in the description below. My darlings, have a great day and see you next Saturday.